Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you about covert and alternative means of communication. Being able to communicate during an emergency situation, such as a disaster, whether it's man-made or natural, is very, very important. We know that one of the more vulnerable systems is our communication systems. After hurricanes, we've seen that the cell phone communications go down immediately, and in recent years even text messaging has become difficult during emergencies. As a matter of fact, the last 2 New Years in a row I have not been able to get text messages out at midnight because of the overwhelming volume of texting that was going on. So having a plan in place ahead of time is probably one of your more important communication methods. We often talk about this in our courses, particularly in our urban preparedness and survival course and in our evacuation and urban movements course, the bug out course. The ability to leave messages for our loved ones is critical during these times. So part of our strategy is to develop rally points where we're going to meet. We have basically 4. We use the p.a.c.e system, the primary, the alternate, the contingency, and the emergency plan. And by having these in place, we have a method of communicating it that's pre-established. So we're going to follow this plan. Now, should we not be able to use one of these areas where we're planning to meet, a method of leaving a message behind is something that needs to be created. For us and those that have graduated from our courses, it's very simple. You go to the first location, and if you're unable to stay there and you're planning to go to the second location, you leave some type of a symbol. The easiest way to do is just to put a number. Number 2, go to the second location, or 3 or 4, depending on what's appropriate. Should a more elaborate method of communication be necessary, perhaps a dead drop. Now this is what they called it during the Cold War era, but basically we're leaving a hidden message somewhere where the person would know to retrieve it. So we have 4 meeting places that we've pre-established. And why 4? Well, for example, I live in a flood zone. So if my house is flooded and I can't get to it, we have a higher laying area that we're planning to meet at. That would be our second rally point. If for whatever reason that area is not accessible, perhaps for whatever reason, if it's not accessible, I'll leave a note in a conspicuous area where those people that are going to meet me will recognize what's going on and move on. If I need to leave a more elaborate message, those people know where to look should that message be there. For us, the code will very simply be M, and they'll know where to find it. In a future video, I'll show you how you can do a dead drop in a more real setting, but for now I'm trying to establish the theoretical framework to what we're doing. So, to recap, we want to establish meeting points ahead of time that anybody that needs to rally with us in the time of an emergency will readily know. Furthermore, in that location, we will have an area where we can leave a covert message. That could be either under a rock, under a particular piece of architecture, perhaps there's a known landmark or something that we can put it in, whether it's a tree stump or whatever it may be. You're limited really just by your imagination. So we have a rally point system where we have 4 places that we can go to. If we don't meet in the first place, if we can't, we leave a number code for the person to go to the next location, the second, the third, or the fourth. And if we need to leave a message, we simply leave an M for the person to know to look for the message. Now that message could be coded, it could be concealed, it could be camouflaged, and that's probably important to prevent vandals or just curious people from accessing it and possibly losing it or damaging it or whatever. So this ability to communicate, even when there is no direct communication lines available, I think that's a critical part of our overall plan that needs to be addressed. Guys, thank you very much for watching. And like I said, I'm going to be going into more detail in dead drops in a future video. So be on the lookout for that. Now, if you like what we're doing, please go ahead and subscribe. That way you'll stay on top of our uploads. Additionally, help us spread the word. Hit share, hit like, the thumbs up button. And that will help us spread the word. I'm Tony. This is the Urban Survivalcraft Project. Until next time, take care.